Americans are still struggling with sticky inflation as prices remain well above the Fed's 2% target. Now, despite those higher costs, inflationary pressures have been easing just a bit, and it's enough for consumers to feel better about the economy. Consumer sentiment soaring to the highest level that we've seen in about 2.5 years in January. The latest forecast from the National Retail Federation's chief economist is saying that they expect consumer spending in 2024 is going to continue to grow. So how are retailers navigating this challenging environment? We want to bring in Michelle Kelly, CEO of Lilly Pulitzer, joining us now. Brands like Lilly Pulitzer, Tommy Bahama, and Southern Tide are under a parent company, Oxford Industries. Michelle, it's great to have you. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning.
Thank you for having me. Great to be with you.
So let's talk about how challenging this setup is for names like Lilly Pulitzer for your company. How are you navigating this challenging environment right now, trying to obviously preserve your margins, but also make your clothing, make your product affordable enough for consumers?
It's a great question, and you phrased it to really get at the heart of some of our challenges right now. We are optimists at heart. The Lilly Pulitzer brand is really all about creating one sunshine. That's our brand positioning that we use internally as well as with our customers. And so we really believe in that notion of when life hands you lemons, you're finding a way to squeeze the juice and maybe come up with an entire brand as a side circumstance, which is how the Lilly Pulitzer brand got started 65 years ago. So we are, really focused. We're just focused, I would say, is the way to answer that question. We're focused on, finding ways to create value for our customers, create great experiences for them, beautiful product, and consistent great service, despite some of the cost pressures that we are seeing.
Where have you needed to spend further into specific product categories underneath of the Lilly Pulitzer brand in order to not just retain, but attract new customers as well? And how are some of those efforts paying off from what you're seeing right now?
Great question. Thank you. We are really focused on innovation and keeping things fresh. I think for the past almost 4 years now, it's been really hard to anticipate which product categories were going to serve the customer's needs best in her life, because her lifestyle has been changing so much, and ups and downs and inside, outside, things like that. So we have really been focused on innovation for the past, always, but certainly for the past 12 months, we've been finding ways to innovate within all of our categories. We've been focused on, trying to find that balance of how we can address her needs. And we have a higher degree of product newness coming in the next 12 months than we did in the past 12 months. We're very excited about that. And then we also have a few new categories that are really entirely new for our customer that should be exciting. We have expanded into the home and gift area, just knowing how important it is to our customers that they have the perfect gift when they are going to see their family, friends, and loved ones. And of course, the world of her athletic pursuits continues to evolve, and we've got some exciting things coming this year on the pickleball front.
Michelle, when it comes to product innovation that registers with your consumer, how do you balance that in terms of that pricing strategy? Going back to where we started here with the inflationary environment still causing consumers a great deal of stress. How have you at all had to raise your prices, or how are you offsetting some of the higher input costs that you're seeing at your business?
We are, it's in the details. The team is working really hard to, again, keep costs down in other areas of the company and the business that don't touch the customer directly. That helps offset some of the cost pressures we see in the product inputs, like you said. We also are, I think, just again trying to adapt to her lifestyle and make sure that we're offering the products that she is willing to spend on. So it's a little bit more of assortment shifts than necessarily pricing changes in like for like products, but that has been a huge area of focus for us. We have seen this year, despite the overall caution that we've seen and the selectiveness we've seen from the customer, she is excited, not just willing to, but excited to spend money on things that make her feel great. They do have to be really special, really beautiful, knock her socks off or her sandals off in our case. But that is, kind of a forever challenge that we will work on. How do we adapt to what she is spending money on? And we have adapted. We have put a little bit more effort into some of our special occasion pieces. We're really working on finding ways to delight her in that, every day, but in an elevated way in terms of her closet.
When you think about the performance, roughly 50% e-commerce, 1/3 brick and mortar, correct me if I'm wrong, and then you think about some of the wholesale partnerships as well that you have. As we're kind of thinking through where companies are trying to navigate where inventories are moving through, how are you engaging with those wholesale partners who are also trying to figure out where they can right-size the inventory that they're taking on in order to have that move through their own either brick and mortar or online capacities?
Agility has been the name of the game. And it's a great question, top of mind for myself and certainly for other counterparts, anyone in my role. Our wholesale partners are critical to our business. And in a lot of cases, it feels like we're really in the boat together. So we do take a pretty collaborative approach. We're very fortunate that everyone I can think of within our wholesale area, we've been in business together for a long time for the most part. And, I think that lets us have a little bit of a, bend, not break when things get difficult. But there's no question we are all, trying to manage through some similar and parallel challenges.
Michelle Kelly, CEO of Lilly Pulitzer, thanks so much for taking the time here on the day. I'm going to be watching out for that pickleball segment that you mentioned. So I'll keep my eye on the paddles out there for sure. Thank you.
Excellent. See you on the court.
All right, definitely.